development of tongue and bronchial apparatus. So in this competency, we will study the development and the developmental basis of congenital anomalies of tongue and bronchial apparatus. First, we'll start with the tongue. As you can see in the picture, anterior 2/3 of tongue is formed by lateral lingual swellings of first arch. A little portion in front of foramen cecum develops from tuberculum impar. Posterior 1/3 of tongue is formed by third pharyngeal arch along with hypobronchial eminence. Most posterior portion of tongue, which is just in front of the epiglottis, develops from the fourth arch. So these you can see in the figure given. The extrinsic and intrinsic muscles of tongue develop from third and fourth occipital myotomes. Next we study bronchial apparatus. Bronchial apparatus consists of pouches, as you can see in the picture on the right side, derived from endoderm, clefts on the left side or grooves derived from ectoderm, and arch as such is derived from neural crest somatomeus. Aortic arch gives rise to artery for each bronchial arch. In segmental organization, humans consist of 1 to 4 bronchial arches. Arch 5 is absent and arch 6 is transient. First arch. First arch is called the mandibular arch. It gives two prominences, maxillary and mandibular. Maxillary process. It forms upper jaw and bones such as maxilla, zygomatic bone and squamous part of temporal bone. Mandibular process forms the lower jaw. It gives rise to Meckel's cartilage and malleus and incus ossicles and mandible. Face. Face is formed by 7 primodia surrounding stomodium, that is the opening both for the nose and the mouth. They are frontonasal prominence forming the superior boundary or the cranial boundary, then paid medial and lateral nasal processes. These can be seen in the picture, and paid maxillary process and paid mandibular process. First, we start with frontonasal prominence. Frontonasal prominence forms the forehead. The horseshoe-shaped nasal process forms nasal pit. Medial nasal prominences fuse medially. Midline fusion of nasomedial process forms intermaxillary segment that forms philtrum, that is groove of the upper lip, bridge and septum of the nose, part of maxilla and gum, and primary palate. Nasolacrimal groove. This can be seen in the picture. It separates the nasolateral process from maxillary process. It forms the nasolacrimal duct. It is by an ectodermal thickening, its internalization and subsequent canalization. After the maxillary process fuses, after that the maxillary process fuses with lateral nasal process. Maxillary process. It forms lateral part of upper lip, maxilla, secondary palate, medial fusion of mandibular processes forms the lower jaw. Palate. There are three primordia in the formation of palate. They are the primary palate. It is in the median plane or median plane process. And there are two secondary palates. Lateral palate and process fuses medially with each other and with nasal septum derived from frontonasal prominence. Hard palate is ossified in the lateral palatine processes. Soft palate is the posterior. It is posterior to hard palate and has a projection in the midline called as uvula. Then derivatives. Mandibular arch derivatives. Muscles are derived from fourth somatomere. It gives rise to muscles of mastication. Their nerve is mandibular nerve. The aortic arch gives maxillary artery. The first pharyngeal pouch gives rise to auditory tube and the middle ear or tympanic cavity. And the first pharyngeal groove or cleft gives rise to external auditory meatus. Hyoid arch or the second arch. The skeleton gives rise to ossicles, stapes, styloid process and lesser horn of hyoid bone. Muscles. Muscles of hyoid arch are derived from sixth somatomere. It gives rise to muscles of facial expression. Its nerve is facial nerve. Second aortic arch gives hyoid artery and stapedial artery. Second pharyngeal pouch gives supratonsillar fossa, a component of palatine tonsil and palatine tonsils. Third arch derivatives. Skeleton part gives rise to greater horn of hyoid bone. Muscles. Muscles are derived from seventh somatomere. It gives rise to a single muscle, that is stylopharyngeus, which raises the pharynx during vocalization and swallowing. Its nerve is glossopharyngeal nerve, the ninth cranial nerve. Third aortic arch gives rise to internal carotid artery. The third pharyngeal pouch gives inferior parathyroid and thymus. Fourth arch derivatives. Skeleton part gives rise to laryngeal cartilages. Muscles. Muscles are derived from occipital somites 2 to 4 and cervical somite 1. It gives pharyngeal and laryngeal musculature. Their nerve is vagus. Fourth aortic arch gives rise to right subclavian artery and part of aorta. Fourth pharyngeal pouch gives rise to superior thyroid and ultimo bronchial body. Anomalies. Cranial anomalies are mostly defects associated with tissue fusion. Facial clefts are anomalies associated with defective fusion of facial prominences. Cleft lip is due to failure of maxillary prominence to fuse with intermaxillary process. Cleft palate is due to failure of the lateral palatine process to fuse. Bronchial cyst, sinus, fistula open on the side of the neck. They are due to persistence of pharyngeal groove or cleft. Pyriform sinus fistula is a canal which is persistent following the migration of postbronchial body from fourth pouch to thyroid. That is pyriform sinus fistula. Thank you.